In this video, I'm gonna talk about common fat loss myths, shortcut fat loss tricks that you may have seen in other videos, which are, by the way, bullshit. And then we're gonna get down to the nitty-gritty of how you can start losing that body fat that you're tired of. Now stick around until the end of the video and I'm gonna give you a pro tip on how you can get your body to start burning off and shedding off fat without having to count a single calorie. If you're here looking for just a fat loss shortcut or some, bullshit trick about how you can lose fat in 10 days or 5 days, this ain't it. This video is not for you. I'm gonna give you the cold, hard truth! Now, fat loss is actually a very simple concept, and people tend to overcomplicate it. Now, let's dispel some common myths and some of the bullshit that you may have seen out there. Number one, you cannot spot reduce fat anywhere on your body. So if you want to lose your belly, for example, you can't just target belly fat and lose that fat over some other fat anywhere else on your body. That is a myth. Does not happen, does not work like that. Number two, there are no fat loss pills, there is no fat loss drink. I don't care what video you've seen, I don't care what bullshit they showed you, it is not gonna work. You cannot just take a magic pill, do nothing else about it, and expect to just burn body fat throughout your day like magic. Doesn't work. Number three, fad diets, right? Yes, they do tend to work, right? But they all rely on the same key concept, which we will get into very shortly here. So don't think that one diet is superior to the other. At the end of the day, they all do the same thing. Number four, exercise does not lead to fat loss, at least not directly. So if you think going and doing 1,000 sit-ups a day is gonna burn off that belly fat, it ain't gonna happen. And I don't care what videos you've seen where they say, do these exercises to shred that fat. Not how it works. Now, if you've seen a fat loss video and they told you that calorie deficit is the key, then they told you the cold, hard truth. Calorie deficit is at the center of every fat loss diet you look at. They all rely on a calorie deficit, meaning more calories burned than the calories you eat. I'm gonna explain it to you nice and simple using some Oreos. Now let's imagine that this stack of Oreos represents how many calories your body needs to keep you the way you may be right now, right? This is the amount of calories that your body needs to maintain your current form. Now, you start feeding it only this many calories. Your body is still gonna look for this missing portion of calories that it's no longer getting. It's gonna go somewhere for those calories. Where's it gonna go? To your fat stores. And it will slowly start to eat away at body fat to get those calories that it wants, that it's not getting from food anymore. Why is eating less gonna be how you start losing fat rather than exercising more or doing something else? If you break down how much energy your body uses, basically how many calories it uses to maintain, to get you throughout the day, this 60 to 75% is gonna come from your metabolic rate. So basically from just you existing and living and breathing and organ function, just being around, okay? Exercise is only going to account for about 10 to 25%. So yes, exercise is important, and paired with a good calorie deficit focused diet, exercise can help you burn more calories total throughout the day. But if you don't stop stuffing your face with food and eating that normal amount that you've been eating to get yourself fat or keep yourself fat, you will not lose any fat. In other words, no amount of jumping jacks, crunches, sit-ups, running is gonna do shit for you if you keep eating that amount of food that you've been eating to keep yourself fat. It may help a little bit, but it's not gonna do much if you don't fix your food intake. How can you figure out what you should be eating or how much you should be eating to put yourself in a calorie deficit? We're gonna start with BMR, which is basal metabolic rate. What that means is basically picture that you're in a coma, whoever you are, whatever form you have, however much body fat you have, you're in a coma and you are doing nothing but just existing. How many calories would your body need to keep you the way you are and not lose any fat, not gain any fat? Nothing. just to maintain your current form. That is your basal metabolic rate. So that is basically like the foundation of how many calories your body needs to just sustain you how you currently are. You're not in a coma. You have a life. You move around. You go from point A to point B. You have a job, something that you do. You use more energy than just existing. That's where your activity factor comes in, right? So we're gonna figure out how active you are on a daily basis, and then based on how active you are, you're gonna multiply your BMR times a certain number to get your actual calorie count for the day. Once you come up with that number, all you gotta do is eat less than that. Even if you start eating just 200 calories less than that, your body is gonna look for that missing 200 calories, and it is gonna go straight to your body fat for it. So that is why figuring out how many calories you need to have and eating less is the key. Now you pair in exercise, now you're burning more calories. Your body's looking for more calories that it's not getting. It's gonna continue going to your fat stores for it. It's literally that simple. There are calculators online that calculate all of this for you. They're free. Just search BMR Calculator anywhere on Google, online, and you can punch in your age, your weight, your height, how active you are. It'll punch out your BMR and your calorie count for the day. Then you can use that as an estimate and just subtract. I would start with subtracting 500 and then counting those calories to make sure you are eating 500 calories less, and you will see results as long as you stay consistent. Now let's talk about that little bonus tip I wanted to give you, the pro tip at the end. And just for sticking around to the end, I want to break it down for you really simple how you can start losing fat without having to figure out all these numbers or counting any calories. Let's talk about processed foods and whole foods, and how making the switch from processed foods to whole foods, or just eliminating processed foods from your diet, maybe not all of them, but making a conscious effort to cut them out, can have huge benefits. Processed foods are designed to make us want to eat more until we're full. So that bag of Cheetos that you know you can finish, that's probably 2,000, 3,000 calories, is designed to make you want to finish it before you feel full. Now you eat 1,200 calories of chicken and rice, and you're gonna feel full before you even get to that type of calorie count. You start doing that consistently throughout the day, throughout the week, you can put yourself in a deficit without even realizing it, without having to worry about all the numbers and all the calculating and weighing, and you can start losing fat without ever counting a single calorie. Pair that with exercise regularly, boom! You just started fat loss without bullshit, the healthy, proficient, easy way. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like, smash that subscribe. If you guys want to see what I typically eat in a day, some ideas of whole foods that you can start incorporating, processed foods that you can cut out of your diet to induce fat loss and live a healthier lifestyle, let me know in the comments and I'll make a video. See you guys in the next one.